these patients are coming in at such an alarming rate, a staggering rate.
Between shifts at an undisclosed New York City area hospital, Dr. Luke Northern spoke with our Dan Haggerty about working on the front lines in the epicenter of the U.S. coronavirus outbreak.
It is just overwhelming would be the word. Absolutely, unbelievably overwhelming.
Dr. Northern describes an overcrowded hospital. He says patient after patient is intubated as soon as they arrive, others just a few days later, and there's simply no room for them.
There's an ICU at the hospital I'm at now with 12 beds. That's overrun. They made a second ICU with 16 beds. That's overrun. The ER is full of these patients with tubes in them.
And so many of these patients, the doctor says, are dying without family by their side. And because the deceased can't go to funeral homes right away, they're moved into trucks outside the hospital. I'm
at a loss to describe the words of what that does to you, how that makes you feel. And I don't know if there are any words to come out there and to see something like that, other than just profound sadness for our country, for the world, and for these patients.
One of the few things giving Dr. Northern hope, the doctors and nurses he's working alongside. He says they are doing a tremendous job, but adds,
people are just kind of at their wits' end. It's very taxing on them emotionally, physically. It's taxing on their families.
It's certainly taxing on Dr. Northern's wife and 3 kids back in Chicago. You see, that is where he is from, but he volunteered to fly to New York to work in the ICU with COVID-19 patients. Why, you ask? He points to 9/11.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything to help my country. I just kind of sat there and watched like the rest of us. And I vowed that if something like that ever happened again, and if I had the ability to help, I would help.
And Dr. Northern is doing just that. And he says we can help too by continuing to social distance.
Hopefully this can be a time for us to, rally around each other, not just for our country, but around the world, and just love each other and become better.
Dr. Northern plans to volunteer until late April. And listen to this. It turns out he's not the only medical professional in his family. His parents, who used to work at several different hospitals here in the Portland area, are currently working at hospitals in California. And his brother is doing the same in Pittsburgh. A big thank you to all of them and everybody else on the front lines. I'm Mike Benner for KGW News.